Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will dive deep into the intriguing mystery surrounding Dr. Britt Westbourne and her secretive activities at the luxurious Five Poppies Resort in Croatia. In the heart of this sun-drenched European paradise, Britt has been spotted engaging in some highly suspicious behavior that has fans buzzing with speculation. Sources close to the storyline reveal that she's not just vacationing. She's deeply entangled in a covert operation, reporting to a mysterious male figure who's pulling the strings from the shadows. This enigmatic boss seems to hold significant sway over her decisions, particularly when it comes to her movements. For instance, Britt recently jetted off to the romantic streets of Paris for what appeared to be a brief escape, but upon her return, her superior expressed clear displeasure, insisting she remain confined to the resort's opulent grounds. What's fascinating is that despite this authoritative oversight, Britt displays no signs of fear or intimidation, quite the opposite. In fact, she interacts with him in a manner that suggests familiarity, perhaps even a twisted sense of loyalty or shared purpose. Adding layers to this puzzle is the revelation that Britt is administering injections to herself, likely an experimental serum designed to stave off the progression of her Huntington's disease. This treatment isn't just a personal health regimen, it ties directly into her work at the resort, hinting at groundbreaking medical research with potentially global implications. Could this be part of a larger scheme involving forbidden science, hidden alliances, or even a family secret resurfacing from Port Charles' turbulent past? As we peel back the layers, it's clear that Britt's role here is pivotal, blending her expertise as a doctor with whatever clandestine agenda her boss has in mind. Now, let's explore the burning question on everyone's mind. Who is this shadowy he that Britt is working for? The possibilities are as thrilling as they are endless. Drawing from General Hospital's rich history of villains, resurrections, and betrayals, our first prime suspect is none other than Peter August, the notorious schemer whose supposed demise left more questions than answers. Remember, we witnessed Felicia Scorpio delivering what seemed like a fatal blow, followed by Anna Devane's deliberate hesitation in summoning aid, allowing Peter to slip away into apparent oblivion. But in the world of soaps, death is rarely permanent, especially for a character as cunning as Peter. What if he faked his end, perhaps with the help of underground contacts, and has been lurking in the shadows ever since? Imagine Peter, now afflicted with the same Huntington's disease that runs in his family after all. His mother, Faison, had ties to genetic anomalies. Desperate for survival, he could be coercing his half-sister Britt to engineer a revolutionary cure, using the resort's isolated facilities as a secret lab. She's been injecting herself with prototypes that temporarily halt the disease's symptoms, buying time while she refines the formula under his watchful eye. Peter's manipulative nature fits perfectly. He's always excelled at controlling those closest to him, and Britt's lack of fear might stem from their sibling bond, twisted though it may be. To add a fresh twist, perhaps Peter has enlisted local Croatian operatives to monitor her, explaining the strict no-travel policy after her Paris jaunt. Maybe he feared she'd leak intel to old allies like Jason Morgan back in Port Charles. The scenario not only revives a fan-favorite villain, but also ties into ongoing themes of redemption and revenge, making Peter's return a plot twist that could shake the foundations of the show. Shifting gears to our second intriguing candidate, Jerry Jacks, the suave yet sinister operative who hasn't graced our screens in years, but whose shadow still looms large over Port Charles. Jerry's absence has fueled endless theories, including whispers that he orchestrated the devastating fire at Sonny Corinthos' penthouse as part of a broader vendetta against the mobster's empire. With his history of high-stakes schemes, think back to how he kidnapped Dr. Robin Scorpio and forced her into unethical experiments. Jerry is no stranger to bending brilliant minds to his will. At the Five Poppies Resort, he might be collaborating with the elusive Professor Dalton on a massive project, perhaps involving biochemical weapons or a black market cure-all serum. Britt, with her medical prowess, would be an ideal pawn in such a game, injecting herself with a variant of the drug to test its efficacy against her own condition, while advancing Jerry's agenda. His displeasure over her Paris trip could stem from paranoia about exposure. After all, Jerry has evaded international authorities for ages, and any unplanned excursion might attract unwanted attention from the WSB. Inventing a new detail here. Let's suppose Jerry has renovated hidden underground labs beneath the resort, stocked with cutting-edge tech smuggled from his global network. Britt's composure around him suggests she might see this as a mutually beneficial arrangement along her life in exchange for her expertise than outright coercion. Jerry's charm, mixed with his ruthless edge, makes him a compelling fit, potentially linking back to unresolved storylines like the Casadini family feuds, or even a crossover with characters from the show's Australian roots. If Jerry is indeed the man in charge, it could herald a wave of chaos, reigniting old rivalries and forcing heroes like Sonny and Jax to confront their past demons. Our third and perhaps most dramatic possibility points to Victor Casadini, the megalomaniac whose last appearance involved a catastrophic bid to unleash a population-controlling pathogen from a doomed vessel. Officially, the WSB declared him deceased after recovering a body from the bombed shipwreck. But Casadini lore teaches us one unbreakable rule: no member of this infamous clan ever stays buried for long. Resurrections are practically a family tradition, from Stavros to Helena. So it's entirely plausible that Victor orchestrated a body double, or escaped via a secret submersible, now hiding out in Croatia to plot his next world domination scheme. Forcing Britain to service aligns with his pattern of exploiting scientific talent trickle. How he manipulated Robin and others in his weather machine fiasco. At the resort, Victor might be compelling her to refine a bioagent or antidote tied to his pathogen dreams, with the added incentive of providing her Huntington's treatments to ensure her compliance. Her injections could be dual-purpose, managing her symptoms while serving as human trials. For Victor's tech, the boss's irritation over her Paris getaway, it might be rooted in fears of interception by Anna or the WSB, who could be closing in on his trail. To enrich this theory, let's imagine Victor has forged alliances with Croatian oligarchs, turning 5 poppies into a fortress of intrigue complete with high-tech surveillance and loyal guards. Britt's unafraid demeanor could indicate she's playing a long game, perhaps secretly undermining him while benefiting from his resources. A clever nod to her mother's cunning legacy as Liesel Obrecht. Victor's involvement would escalate the stakes, weaving in elements of global espionage and family legacies, potentially drawing in characters like Valentine or Nina for explosive confrontations. As we wrap up this deep dive, the identity of Britt's mysterious employer remains shrouded in suspense, but these 3 suspect Peter August with his familial manipulation, Jerry Jax and his shadowy operations, or Victor Casadini's resurrection plot for tantalizing paths forward. Each brings unique flavors of drama, from personal betrayals to international threats, all while centering on Britt's fight for survival. What do you think, loyal viewers? Is it Peter pulling strings from beyond the grave, Jerry scheming in the shadows, or Victor rising like a phoenix? Or could it be someone entirely unexpected, like a long-lost relative or a new villain emerging from Port Charles' underbelly? Next, we will uncover the exciting developments surrounding Danny Morgan's budding curiosity, amid Dante Falcone's intense investigation into the enigmatic Professor Henry Hank Dalton. In the bustling world of Port Charles, where secrets lurk around every corner, Dante Falcone's probe into Professor Dalton's shadowy dealings has unexpectedly ignited a spark in young Danny Morgan, drawing him into the fray with an enthusiasm that's impossible to ignore. As Dante methodically pieces together clues about Dalton's possible ties to underground research networks, perhaps involving experimental tech, or hidden aliens, Danny finds himself captivated, eavesdropping on conversations and piecing together fragments of information with a natural flair that echoes the investigative prowess of his dearly departed mother, Sam McCall. Sam, renowned for her sharp instincts and fearless pursuit of truth as a private investigator, left an indelible mark on the town through cases that unraveled everything from corporate frauds to personal vendettas. Now, fans across social media platforms like Facebook are abuzz with excitement, speculating whether Danny is inheriting that same intuitive edge, perhaps enhanced by his exposure to the high-stakes life led by his father, Jason Morgan. Jason, who's been single-handedly raising Danny since Sam's heartbreaking passing in a tragic accident involving a perilous stakeout gone wrong, might see glimmers of Sam's spirit in his son's questions and observations. Yet, this awakening raises concerns. Will Jason encourage Danny to channel this talent safely, maybe through after-school programs or mentorships? Or will the inherent dangers of Port Charles' criminal undercurrents pull him into harm's way? To add a fresh layer, imagine Danny stumbling upon a cryptic note related to Dalton's case during a routine errand at the Metro Court, fueling his desire to dig deeper and prompting Jason to have a heart-to-heart about the risks Sam faced daily. The scenario not only highlights Danny's potential, but also ties into broader themes of legacy and protection, leaving viewers wondering if this teen could be on the cusp of transforming from a carefree youth into a budding sleuth, all while honoring his mother's memory without repeating her perilous mistakes. Delving further into how Danny's curiosity mirrors Sam's enduring legacy, it's clear that Daddy's ongoing investigation could serve as the perfect catalyst for the young Morgan to discover hidden talents he never knew he had. Picture Danny shadowing Dante from a distance, his eyes lighting up as he absorbs details about Dalton's mysterious background rumors. Suggest the professor might be linked to a clandestine lab, experimenting with mind-altering substances, a plot that could intersect with Port Charles' history of scientific intrigue. Sam's own career was legendary, from her seamless collaborations with TechW's Damian Spinelli on hacking into secure databases, to her solo ventures that exposed corrupt figures like those in the Casadini Empire. Danny's growing fixation on Daddy's methods, such as analyzing witness statements or tracing financial trails, hints at an innate ability to connect dots that others might miss. Much like how Sam once cracked a case involving a stolen artifact by noticing subtle inconsistencies in alibis, Jason, navigating the challenges of parenthood amid his own turbulent existence as a reformed enforcer, could spot these parallels and feel a mix of pride and apprehension. He's already dealt with the fallout of Sam's death, which stemmed from a botched operation against a mob rival, and might push Danny towards safer outlets, like joining a school debate club to hone his analytical skills. Fans are theorizing wildly. Could Danny's involvement lead to him assisting in small ways, perhaps by using his tech-savvy side to research online leads? Inventing a new twist, let's suppose Danny confides in his best friend at school about overhearing Dante discuss Dalton's potential alias, sparking a mini-investigation that uncovers a forgotten Port Charles newspaper clipping, tying the professor to an old scandal. This not only amplifies Danny's potential, but also underscores the question of whether he's ready for such a path at his age, balancing the thrill of discovery against the shadows of danger that Jason knows all too well. Ultimately, this echo of Sam's legacy invites speculation on whether Danny will embrace it fully or if Jason's protective instincts will guide him toward a less hazardous future. Examining the profound influence Dante Falconeri wields in stirring Danny's ambitions, it's evident that the detective's methodical approach might inspire the teen to envision a future far removed from his current gig slinging towels and mixing mocktails at the Metro Court's sun-soaked poolside. Dante, with his badge and unyielding commitment to justice, represents a stark contrast to the chaotic world Jason inhabits, and Danny's pointed questions reminiscent of Sam's relentless interrogations during her Pi Days could signal the start of a transformative journey. For instance, as Dante uncovers layers of Dalton's operation, which might include forged identities and international connections hinting at espionage, Danny could begin mirroring those tactics by quizzing family friends about unrelated mysteries in town. Sam had always dreamed of a life for her children free from the threats that plagued her relationship with Jason, including shootouts and betrayals that nearly cost her everything. Yet, aligning with law enforcement like Dante offers a safer alternative, potentially steering Danny toward a career in policing or forensics rather than the vigilante-style risks Jason embodies. Enthusiastic GH viewers are speculating about partnerships, like Danny teaming up with Spinelli for a digital sleuthing session, or even Carly Spencer stepping in as a mentor, encouraging Jason to foster the spark while reminding him of Sam's wishes. Jason, haunted by memories of Sam's final case, where she infiltrated a dangerous syndicate only to meet her end, might hesitate, fearing that Port Charles' dark elements from mob wars to supernatural freight schooled corrupt his son's innocence. Adding an inventive element, envision a scene where Danny sneaks into Danny's office at the PCPD, accidentally discovering a file on Dalton's ties to a rogue scientist, which prompts a stern but enlightening talk from Dante about the ethics of investigation. This dynamic not only heightens Danny's ambition, but also poses the dilemma. Will Danny's positive influence propel him toward a heroic path, or will Jason's world of shadows inevitably draw him into trouble, forcing a choice between legacy and safety? As we ponder whether Danny Morgan is destined to become Port Charles' next great private investigator, his escalating curiosity brings into sharp focus the tug-of-war between inheriting Sam's sleuthing genius and the allure of Jason's more perilous domain. Torn between these worlds, Danny might find himself emulating Sam's balanced approach, straddling her con artist roots with a quest for stability while navigating the complexities of adolescence in a town rife with intrigue. Danny's investigation into Dalton, now rumored to involve a hidden artifact with ties to ancient Casadini relics, could be the proving ground where Danny tests his skills, perhaps by decoding a puzzle that stumps the adults. Sam's legacy as a PI who solved riddles ranging from missing persons to corporate espionage positions Danny as a natural successor, but the dangers Jason faces daily, like evading assassins or dismantling criminal empires, present a seductive alternative that could appeal to a thrill-seeking teen. Fans are divided. Some hope for Danny to partner with Dante for official cases, while others worry he'll lean into Jason's vigilante style, potentially leading to high-octane adventures. To invent a compelling new detail, suppose Danny uncovers a personal connection. Maybe Dalton once crossed paths with Sam during one of her investigations, leaving behind a clue that only Danny recognizes from family stories. This revelation could solidify his path, but Jason's fears of history repeating itself, echoed in Carly's advice to nurture talent without exposure to violence, add emotional depth. Will Danny carve out his own investigative niche, blending Sam's intuition with modern tools like AI-assisted research? Or will the magnetic pull of Jason's world lead him astray? Next, we will delve into the thrilling anticipation surrounding Damian Spinelli's potential involvement with the WSB, and the delightful real-life encounters between the show's stars that are fueling fan excitement. As tensions escalate in the shadowy world of international intrigue on General Hospital, it's becoming increasingly clear that the World Security Bureau WSB will soon require the unparalleled digital wizardry of Damian Spinelli, the beloved hacker known as the Jackal. With plots thickening around covert operations and encrypted mysteries, Spinelli's expertise in breaching firewalls, decoding complex algorithms, and orchestrating surveillance networks could prove indispensable. Remember, WSB agent Jack Brennan has already extended an olive branch to Jason Morgan, attempting to lure the stoic operative back into the fold with promises of high-stakes missions. But Jason firmly declined, prioritizing his personal life in Port Charles over the agency's demands. Jason's strengths lie in his raw physical prowess. Think hand-to-hand combat, stealthy infiltrations, and split-second decision-making in the field, making him a force in direct confrontations. But the WSB's current challenges seem tailored for someone with Spinelli's tech-savvy edge, inventing a fresh twist to heighten the drama. Imagine a scenario where leaked intel suggests a cyber threat from a rogue faction, perhaps tied to the Casadini's lingering schemes, forcing the WSB to seek out unconventional allies like Spinelli, who could remotely hack into secure servers from his cozy setup at the Quartermain mansion. This development not only spotlights Spinelli's unique talents, but also sets the stage for unexpected alliances, as his involvement might draw on old friends like Sam McCall, or even create friction with Jason, who could view it as too risky for his tech genius pal. Fans are already speculating how this could unfold, blending Spinelli's quirky personality with the WSB's stern protocols for some lighthearted, yet intense episodes ahead, shifting focus to the intriguing dynamic between characters. While Jack Brennan and Damian Spinelli have yet to cross paths in the scripted chaos of Port Charles, their real-life counterparts have finally connected in a way that's charming audiences off-screen. Bradford Anderson, who brings Spinelli's endearing awkwardness and genius to life, and Chris McKenna, portraying the suave and determined Jack Brennan, made their first joint appearance at a vibrant General Hospital fan club event, turning what could have been a standard meet and greet into a memorable spectacle. The gathering, held amid the buzz of enthusiastic supporters, featured the duo entertaining a lively crowd with impromptu antics that showcased their chemistry. To add an inventive layer, picture the event unfolding in a festively decorated ballroom adorned with GH memorabilia, where fans clad in character-themed attire cheered as Anderson and McKenna shared behind-the-scenes anecdotes about filming intense scenes, including Jack's failed recruitment of Jason, which McKenna described as a pivotal moment highlighting his character's persistence. This real-world meeting mirrors the potential for an on-screen collaboration, where Spinelli's cyber skills could complement Jack's fieldwork, perhaps in a storyline involving a digital heist that uncovers buried WSB secrets. The actors' interaction has sparked theories among viewers, wondering if this off-screen rapport will translate into scripted sparks, like Spinelli reluctantly agreeing to assist Jack after a personal favor, or a mutual threat pulls them together, adding depth to the WSB arc with humor and high-tech thrills. One of the standout moments from the fan event was when Chris McKenna took center stage, channeling his inner crooner to perform a spirited rendition of the classic 1964 hit, "You've Lost That Lovin' Feelin' by the Righteous Brothers, with Bradford Anderson joining in for an epic duet that had the audience roaring with laughter and applause. The performance, full of playful energy and harmonious vibes, transformed the room into a mini concert hall, complete with fans singing along and capturing every note on their phones. McKenna later shared a cleverly edited video supercut of the hilarious routine on social media platforms, including X, formerly Twitter, where he captioned it with enthusiasm, "A quick supercut of the epic duet Bradford Anderson, and I whipped out for the fan event on Friday. Such a fun time. Thanks to its Cheryl HG67 for the video. To invent a new element, let's envision the duet incorporating GH Easter eggs, like ad-libbed lyrics referencing Spinelli's hacking lingo or Jack's WSB exploits, which sent the crowd into fits of giggles and prompted cheers for an encore." This light-hearted display not only highlighted the actors' vocal talents, but also built anticipation for how their characters might interact. Perhaps Spinelli could use his surveillance know-how to aid Jack in tracking an elusive villain, leading to comedic mishaps amid serious stakes. The video quickly went viral, amassing likes and shares from devoted fans who appreciated the glimpse into the star's fun-loving sides, further bridging the gap between the show's dramatic narratives and the real people behind them. The fan engagement didn't stop there, as interactions on social media revealed even more about the duo's budding camaraderie and hidden talents. One intrigued supporter commented on McKenna's post, inquiring, "Did you know Bradford had those chops, or were you surprised?" To which McKenna replied wittily, "Oh, we both knew from my interview on their podcast," alluding to his guest spot on Anderson and Steve Burton's popular show, That's Awesome, where they had previously bonded over music and acting insights. This exchange peeled back layers on their preparation, suggesting that the duet was born from shared interests discovered during that podcast episode, where topics ranged from character development to favorite tunes, adding a creative invention. Imagine fans flooding the comments with suggestions for future collaborations, like a charity sing-along event featuring other GH cast members, or even pitching storyline ideas where Spinelli and Jack team up for a musical undercover operation. In a nod to this real-life moment, such responses underscore the community's passion, with many expressing hope that Spinelli's tech prowess will soon be recruited by Jack on screen, perhaps after Jason's refusal leaves a void that only the Jackal can fill, injecting fresh energy into the WSB plots with his idiosyncratic flair. Following their show-stopping performance, Bradford Anderson took to Instagram to share a heartwarming selfie of himself and the notably taller Chris McKenna, capturing a moment of genuine friendship amid the event's excitement. In the photo, McKenna playfully crouched down to level the height difference, prompting Anderson to caption it humorously, fun at the GH Fan Club weekend. So nice of the very tall Chris McKenna to crouch a little for this photo. This post radiated the event's joyful atmosphere, drawing thousands of likes and comments from fans who adored the playful banter. To enhance with a new detail, let's suppose the selfie was taken backstage after a Q&A session where the actors fielded questions about potential crossovers, teasing that Spinelli's surveillance skills might soon clash or align with Jack's missions. Perhaps in a plot involving hacked WSB databases that expose Port Charles' secrets. Anderson's post not only celebrated the weekend, but also amplified the buzz around their characters' untapped potential, leaving viewers eager for the day when Spinelli and Jack finally meet in the storyline, blending hacking genius with agent tactics for explosive results. Wrapping up the fan club's highlights, Chris McKenna posted an impressive group photo on Instagram featuring the cast, alongside a lucky raffle winner who got to join in the shot. Encapsulating the communal spirit of the gathering, he accompanied it with a grateful caption, "What an incredible time meeting all the lovely GH fans. At my first official GHFC weekend, the staff and volunteers were so amazing. Can't wait till next year." Additionally, McKenna revealed that their duet served as the perfect opener for a lively discussion panel, with thrilled attendees setting a tone of fun and accessibility. Inventing an extra touch, envision the panel diving into fan theories about Spinelli aiding the WSB, with McKenna hinting at upcoming twists where Jack might approach the Jackal directly, bypassing Jason's physical might for digital dominance. This revelation has fans speculating wildly about future episodes, from Spinelli's reluctant heroism to comedic culture clashes with Jack, all while appreciating the real-life bonds that make General Hospital's world feel even more vibrant. What do you think? Will Spinelli join forces with Jack soon? Share your predictions in the comments and stay tuned for more spoilers.